right, guys, if you're like me and you like dual sport riding and you like running a tank bag, but you have a vent hose coming off your gas cap, you'll find that the tank bag usually smashes the vent hose, kinks it, it's just in the way. So I'm going to show you a really cool solution to get around that hose. On my DRZ 400, I have installed an IMS Dry Brake 90-degree fitting. This allows me to put my vent line up in the front of my tank, not on top of the gas cap, so my tank bag can sit right on top without kinking the hose. So I'm going to show you how to install this on this DR650. All right, one thing to think about before you start drilling a hole in your gas tank is where exactly do you want this? A lot of guys will put it on the side opposite of the kickstand, so when the bike's leaning, it's at the highest point of the tank. My friend is actually going to put it on the opposite side, and we're going to run the vent hose straight out, and it's going to run up over the handlebar. So something to think about before you start drilling holes is where you're going to put it. All right, I know where I'm going to drill the hole. So a couple important things to think about. You probably don't want any gas in the tank while you're drilling holes in it, so it'd be wise to drain that. Something I'm going to do as well is I'm going to have a friend come over here, help me out. We're going to blow a little bit of air in the tank, kind of pressurize it while I'm drilling the hole. That way, little pieces of plastic come out of the tank instead of going into my gas tank. All right, so I'm using a 5/16 drill bit. That's some good pressure in there. But no plastic's getting in, that's for sure. All right, you can see on this vent, there's a little O-ring underneath here. That stays on the outside of the tank. So that's actually going to seal up against the plastic. So the tricky part is getting the nut in there to start threading it so we can tighten this up. And I'm gonna put a little bit of medium strength thread locker on here before I go ahead and tighten that up. All right, so I've got my thread locker on the threads. The nut I really don't want to fumble around with and drop in the tank, so I've wrapped my finger with a piece of electrical tape, stuck the nut to it. Now I'm going to reach up inside, hopefully find the threads here. Now the trick is to keep the nut from spinning. Some tanks are going to be really hard to get a wrench in there. I think I can get a wrench in on this one. All right, I can get my wrench in there, position that where I want it. Tighten it down, and there you go. So now, instead of a vent line sitting on top of the tank, getting smashed by the tank bag, I can run it right off there, up over the bar, and my tank bag isn't going to smash it. It's going to allow it to breathe. Way better solution. All right, so the final step, now that you're venting here instead of here, you need to plug that hole. So I've gone ahead and just plugged mine up with some black silicone. Works good. And my tank bag sits on top. No fumes are coming out of there. And my tank's venting the way it's supposed to.